That thrift store dresser you keep walking past. The one with the ugly finish, the water stains, the dated brass handles. It is not trash. It is $20 and 45 minutes away from looking like it cost $800. I have refreshed over 30 pieces of furniture using nothing but paint and wood stain. And today, I am showing you exactly how to tell which one your piece needs, because using the wrong one can genuinely ruin good wood. Stick around, because at the end I am showing you the one prep mistake that causes almost every paint job to peel within a month, and it is a mistake most tutorials never mention. Before we get into it, if you are into simple home upgrades that do not require a full renovation budget, hit subscribe now so you do not miss the next one. It genuinely helps this channel, and it takes 2 seconds. Okay, let's get your furniture looking new again. The real question everyone gets wrong. Most people pick paint or stain based on what they already have in the garage. Wrong approach. The wood underneath makes a decision for you. If your piece is made of solid wood with a nice visible grain, oak, walnut, maple, pine with character, stain is going to let that grain shine, and it will look intentional, expensive, custom. If your piece is veneer, laminate, MDF, or has water damage, mismatched with tones, or old repairs, paint is your friend because it hides all of that and gives you a clean, uniform finish. Flip your piece over, or check a drawer interior right now. If you see a repeating pattern or thin layer of wood on the edges, that is veneer, and paint is the safer bet. Prep is not optional. Here is that mistake I promised you. 90% of peeling paint and blotchy stain jobs come from skipping proper prep. You do not need to sand a piece down to bare wood every single time, but you do need to clean it with degreaser or warm soapy water first, because old furniture has decades of hand oils, dust, and wax sitting in that finish, and paint does not stick to grime no matter how good the paint is. After cleaning, scuff the entire surface with 150 to 220 grit sandpaper. You are not trying to remove the old finish. You are just breaking the sheen so your new coat has something to grip. Wipe it down with a tack cloth or a barely damp microfiber towel after sanding. Skip this step, and you will be repainting in 6 weeks. Choosing your paint in 2026. If you are going to paint route, chalk style and mineral paints are still the easiest for beginners because most of them skip the sanding and priming step entirely, though I still recommend a light scuff sand anyway for durability. For color, 2026 has moved away from a flat white and gray everything era. Designers are leaning into warm sandy neutrals, deep espresso browns, and rich greens like Bear's Color of the Year, a smoky jade green that looks incredible on cabinet pieces and buffets. If you want something safer that still feels current, a warm greige with brown undertones is outperforming the old cool gray tones this year. 2 thin coats always beat 1 thick coat. Thick paint pools in corners and shows every brush stroke. Choosing your stain. For staining, the biggest beginner mistake is skipping a pre-stain conditioner, especially on soft woods like pine. Without it, the wood soaks up stain unevenly and you get ugly blotches. Apply the conditioner. Wait the time on the label, usually 15 minutes. Then apply your stain with a rag in the direction of the grain. Wipe off the excess before it dries tacky. Do not let it sit and cure on the surface, or you will get a sticky, uneven film. If you want richness without heaviness, go for 2 thin coats of a medium walnut or espresso tone, rather than 1 heavy coat of the darkest stain on the shelf. You can always go darker. You cannot easily go lighter. The step everyone forgets. Sealing. This is the step that determines whether your furniture survives daily use or scratches and dulls within a season. For painted pieces getting regular use, a water-based polyacrylic topcoat protects without yellowing your color. For stained pieces, a wipe on polyurethane gives you a durable, low-fuss finish that is far more forgiving for beginners than spray lacquer. 2 coats minimum, lightly sanding with fine grit between coats for that smooth professional feel. Realistic timeline. People assume this is a weekend project and get discouraged when it is not done by Sunday night. Realistically, cleaning and sanding takes an hour. Each coat of paint or stain needs 2 to 4 hours of dry time, and you want at least 2 coats of your color plus 2 coats of top coat, spread over 3 or 4 evenings. This is an easy project. Rush into one afternoon. This is how you end up with tacky, dented, unfinished feeling furniture. The part most people skip and regret. Hardware. New knobs and pulls cost less than a fast food meal per piece, and they instantly modernize or refresh. Matte black, brushed brass, and unlacquered brass are the standout finishes for 2026, giving that same warm, elevated look you see in higher-end furniture lines without the higher-end price tag. So to recap, check whether your piece is solid wood or veneer before deciding between paint and stain. Clean and scuff sand every single time. Choose 2 thin coats over 1 thick coat. Seal properly and swap the hardware. That is genuinely the entire difference between a furniture flip that looks professional and one that looks like a rushed weekend project. If this helped you, drop a comment with what piece of furniture you are planning to refresh next. I read every single one, and I will help you figure out paint or stain for your specific piece. And if you want the full step-by-step with product recommendations, that video is linked right here. So go watch that next.